And right now we want to, of course, join KSBY News reporter Jacob Dizon, who has been out in Oceano all day speaking with people in the community about those conditions. And he joins us now live with the latest. Jacob?
Last night, people living near the Arroyo Grande Creek in Oceano were once again advised that they may have to leave home due to the rainy and windy conditions that have picked up throughout the day. Since the morning, I've heard from a tree maintenance company, people living in the evacuation zones, and those here on vacation, and all are feeling the impacts of this latest storm.
I lived in Hawaii for a couple years in the military, and I think we got more rain here than we did in Hawaii.
I'm keeping an eye on the weather to see when the rain is coming and going, so we can have an idea when to leave, because I don't want to be on the road when it's raining and too windy.
On Tuesday, Chelsea Parmley, who's visiting Oceano from Bakersfield, was out walking her dog near the Oceano Lagoon before the rain started trickling in. Just steps away, crews with Paradise Tree Service responded to one of many calls for downed branches in the neighborhood.
What's happened in the past 3 months, especially with the heavy rainfall, ground's saturated, trees are overgrown, lack of maintenance. So basically we've been responding to a lot of calls from that. And of course the trees are stressed from the drought that we've been going through for the past 10 to 15 years. So the root systems are just not there like they usually would be.
Gil Martinez says his company has crews patrolling areas from San Luis Obispo down to Santa Ynez, adding that the strong winds from this storm system escalate the potential for even more hazardous conditions.
The wind is what's actually uprooting the trees. When the trees have too much of a sail, of course, that's when they start to topple over. I don't think we're over with it yet.
But despite the evacuation warning in place for many Oceano neighbors, other locals I spoke with admitted they're hesitant to pack up and leave home.
They get the evacuation notices, and I'd say probably 20% of the people in my mobile home park did, but I just thought, it's got another 3 inches or 3 foot before I've got ruining my home.
Chelsea Parmley, meanwhile, who's a frequent visitor to the Central Coast, tells me this latest trip of hers out to Oceano has been a big change from what she's been used to.
It's never been like that before. We're talking about how dry it was, and now everything is wet. You can see the clay and the rocks, everything coming down. It's different.
Officials with the San Luis Obispo County Office of Emergency Services say they understand the evacuation fatigue that may be felt by Andy Anderson and others who have repeatedly been issued warnings and orders to leave home. They say those advisories are not to be taken lightly and encourage anyone impacted to take the proper steps to be safe. Live in Oceano, Jacob Dizon, KSBY News.
And you can stay up to date with the latest evacuation warnings in place at readyslow.org.